Okay, back again in another live stream. So I still cannot basically monitor my audio before I was actually try to stream. So I just cannot testing the audio like when I try to do it every time on the Zoom before I was basically recorded, because for some reason I used to mistakenly record the wrong input, which basically didn't produce any sound at all, and I just noticed it eventually when I try to edit the video. Perhaps, I'm not sure, but basically, yeah, I just finished another record for this Animoji as well, even though it is basically pretty short, because for some reason, just like when I already tried to told before on the previous stream, so I tried to save more money to prevent any kind of purchases, but for some reason I'm still cannot really prevent my desire to bought something, so that's the reason why I'm still try to do it anyway, and it is actually pretty expensive as well, so it's definitely wasting the money that I've been trying to save to bought more serious things, more expensive things in the future that hopefully can make me more satisfied. So that's the reason why right now I am not able to do that. Besides, it's still not available as well, the things that I wanted to buy, because yeah, I only wanted to buy the second-hand things for some reason, because for me second-hand things is just more worthy to be bought, even though there is definitely some risk on buying it because it doesn't really have a long warranty, but it's definitely has a very low price, especially when you try to compare it with the new ones. So that's the reason why all this time I'm actually always try to buy second-hand things. Even for new things that I try to bought is actually that was basically only sell by a private seller, so they only had a single stock, because maybe it was a gift or what, I'm not sure. So that's the reason why I think, yeah, I never really bought the new things unless it was actually really cheap things that obviously didn't have a second-hand things for that case. So yeah, I just try to record a 3 Animoji recording about the unboxing, even though two of them were actually a portrait orientation, so I'm not sure whether when will I finally upload or process those video, because for some reason I cannot use the application or program that I usually use for editing the Animoji, which is the iMovie, because the iMovie has a limitation to only able to process a horizontal or orientation of a video. So yeah, that's the reason why I need to use another application in order to process those portrait video that I've basically already recorded for quite a long time, and most likely I will try to process it when I try to process my karaoke video, because for some reason my karaoke video, even though it's basically possible to process it using horizontal orientation, but I just don't want to upload it into YouTube because it definitely has a copyright content which basically needs to be mute, and yeah, I just don't really like it. So I try to do another platform that basically focus on the portrait orientation, even though maybe for the portrait orientation of non-karaoke video it will basically try to be uploaded into YouTube, because for some reason the YouTube shorts is also only support portrait orientation, if I'm not mistaken, because yeah, even though you already try to use a hashtag of short and try to upload a video that basically shorter than 1 minute length, it's still considered a regular YouTube videos, as long as you are trying to upload it from a PC as well. Perhaps, I'm not sure, but yeah, just so hard to make it a portrait orientation, because portrait orientation video is never been a thing until right now. Because every time that we try to watch a video, it's definitely horizontal, because for some reason horizontal is just way much more convenient to watch a video. Even though, yeah, for some reason a new generation of cinema is actually have a square orientation, so it's more like old TV orientation. Maybe because I'm not sure, maybe the portrait can basically have a bigger aspect ratio in terms of horizontal and vertical, perhaps. So the differences is not that big, so you basically can produce more point of view with those kind of aspect ratio, but I'm not sure. Because yeah, there is some weird monitors that was just recently released right now that's basically have weird aspect ratio. But yeah, if you talk about an ultra wide monitor, it's also have a weird aspect ratio. So for some reason, if you try to run a regular video with just a wide aspect ratio, it's basically it will either stretch into the whole ultra wide, or it was gonna be just showing part of your ultra wide monitors. Even though I'm basically not really had those ultra wide monitor, unless the one that basically I tried to bought almost 2 years ago, which basically one of my first purchase after I finally got my regular incomes. So yeah, even though it was not the way that I expected, because yeah, it's definitely so cheap for a working ultra wide monitors, especially when it has a biggest size of the ultra wide monitors that basically cost more than $1,000. So I just tried to buy it for around $100, but yeah, it turns out it cannot work at all, even though I actually already know it will not work like the new one, but it's basically not working at all. So it's just pretty much a junk thing that I am still trying to put on my rooms that basically not really used as well. So yeah, that's pretty sad, but it's okay. And that maybe it's just basically a lesson learned to me for not try to do it again, even though for some reason after I basically failed to bought those things, I'm actually still failed several times bought second-hand things, which is basically an old Mac and an old Mac Mini and an old MacBook Pro, which I tried to bought not very far. I think it is actually more expensive if you try to combine both of the Mac Mini and the MacBook Pro. So yeah, it's pretty annoying, because the Mac Mini used to be work for several times or even just once, but when I tried to turn it on again, the hard drive seems to be not working. Maybe it was basically a pretty simple things, but it's not really easy to repair as well. So that's the reason why right now I'm still just trying to put those in the box, that I'm not sure when will I finally able to fix it, because there is actually already a data that I try to move, even though it's basically not necessary data, because it's just a video that I just wanted to watch again. And I tried to watch it using those old Mac Mini. And for the MacBook Pro, it is actually pretty annoying, because I was taught that it's only have a broken display, but for some reason the seller seems to be pretty annoying, and it's actually removing the hard drive completely and also erasing all of its content. So basically I just cannot test it whether it is actually still working or not with the external monitor. So yeah, once again, because if it still works, it's basically just act like a Mac Mini but with a keyboard perhaps. But yeah, sadly it was not able use right now, especially when I just not yet fixing it, because I'm actually not people that basically can service some electronical devices. So that's the reason why I definitely need to go into a certain unofficial service center, obviously, because the Apple didn't no longer provide those kind of service into their old, very old devices. So that's the reason why I'm not sure whether it can still be fixed or not. But basically, if you talk about fixing things, one of the things that basically most I regret for, yeah, broke those things, because it was actually used to be work, but I accidentally dropped it, and it's just basically make it immediately broken. And yeah, but one thing that I basically regret is not actually because it was actually broken. It's actually when I basically lost all of its data, especially when I haven't tried to back up in another storage. So it was actually my first very big capacity hard drive. So it's around 2 terabyte hard drive. So yeah, basically I really wanted to recover its data, but since I don't know, maybe more than 10 years ago. But yeah, during that time that I definitely still not have my own income, so definitely I'm still depend on my parents, and for some reason it's just too expensive or too unworthy to recover the data during that time. So yeah, because it's definitely pretty expensive as well. It's around $500, even though the hard drive itself is only $50. So that's it's pretty crazy how expensive is when we wanted to recover a hard drive. So yeah, I think I will try to stop the stream because I got